Spider-Man Brand New Day's first official trailer has arrived. And trust me, there are so many details here that many people must have missed. After all, how did Hulk come in his human form? Who are all these villains? What are Marvel Netflix's ninjas doing here? And will we finally get Man-Spider from the comic book? Everything will be discussed today in this breakdown. The trailer starts with Spider-Man, where he is stalking MJ and Ned on social media. Now see, those who don't remember, let me remind them that the multiverse was going to collapse in the ending of No Way Home. For this, Doctor Strange removed Peter Parker from everyone's memory, which means no one recognizes Peter Parker. In a way, he will have to make his identity in this movie again. Point to be noted, this movie does not start immediately after No Way Home. Most of the portion of the movie's story will be after 4 years of No Way Home, which means that MJ and Ned must have already passed out of college. Peter is mostly starting from scratch, so those whose studies are left in the middle, they do GED and resume their studies again, and also do a job. So yes, Peter's status will remain the same in this movie, which means that he will maintain his studies, job, and the work of friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. By the way, the thing to notice in this shot is that finally they have kept Spider-Man's suit realistic, which means you can see waves forming in the clothes, like it used to be in Amazing Spider-Man. With this, you will also notice that Spider-Man's eyes are not moving, they are not getting animated. And the one and only reason for this is that this is his homemade suit, which has no tech, no AI. And maybe that's why he has chosen to give an eye close-up shot inside the mask. Earlier, his emotions were shown by animating the mask. But now, since the mask is not moving, the emotions of the eyes will be shown like this. Yes, it again gives the nostalgia of Iron Man's helmet, without any AI. In the next shot, we see that Peter has written a note, in which whatever happened to him is mentioned, that how something bad was going to happen. And for that, he had to move away from everyone's memories, had to remove himself, and that's Spider-Man. You can say that he has not been able to move on. And maybe he is trying to get back into MJ and Ned's life. Then here we get Ned's first look. And honestly, looking at his look, I remembered Bully Maguire. Then this is a very important shot, which people must have missed. Here we see Spider-Man receiving the key of the city. This award is generally given to people who contribute a lot for civilians. So obviously Spider-Man will get this. But the character who is giving this award is none other than Sheila Rivera, whom we recently saw in Daredevil Born Again. This character had managed the entire mayor campaign of Wilson Fisk, and it seems that Wilson Fisk will be the mayor of New York in the movie as well. But for some reason, instead of Kingpin, Sheila is giving this award here. To be honest, Kingpin should have been in this shot, because here a different level of hype and buzz would have been created. Then we get the first look of MJ, who is sitting with Ned and watching Spider-Man receiving the key of the city. Obviously, both of them have forgotten Peter Parker. They have also forgotten that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but such details have come out about this MJ that he will experience déjà vu in the movie at many moments. Déjà vu means such moments that have happened to him before and are happening again. After this, we see Peter in some action sequence, and finally there is an entry of Punisher. By the way, I found this whole sequence very similar to Amazing Spider-Man. By the way, initially it seems that there is a fight between Punisher and Spider-Man. They are against each other. But it's not like that. You can say that it's a matter of hero and anti-hero. Punisher wants to do something in his own way. He wants to handle, and Peter in his own way. That's why we will see such banters and disagreements throughout the movie. And maybe somewhere in the movie we would have seen this iconic panel being recreated. After this, we see that Peter is in a horse-warming party, mostly in Ned's horse-warming party. This scene is also extended at the end of the trailer. And the thing to notice here is that you can see a lot of photos of Spider-Man behind Peter. Now, two scenarios are made from this. Either this is Peter's own house, which is visible from across the hall, and finally he has started working as a photographer in Daily Bugle. And the second thing is, which I think is going to happen, Ned must have recently come to the apartment in front of Peter. He must have moved, and Peter must have gone to the horse-warming party as a guest. You can say that Ned is curious about the character of Spider-Man. The news also came that both Ned and MJ will be seen in the movie upstairs to know the real identity of Spider-Man. After this, we see MJ's new boyfriend in a shot. Now, there are a lot of rumors around this character, that it can be Harry Osborn or it can be Paul's character from the comic book. There is no confirmation. But yes, if Harry Osborn happens, you will also get to see a new angle, Peter and Harry's friendship. After this, the whole theme changes in the middle of the trailer. We see Peter as unconscious, weak. We also see him coming out of a cocoon like a real spider. And the most important thing is that we see him using organic web. That means he won't need web shooters anymore. This is also explained in the official synopsis of the scenario movie. Since Peter is managing everything alone, he has immense pressure on him, and this immense pressure demands immense strength from him, because of which evolution has started in his body. An interesting thing is that whenever a spider is passing through the phase of its evolution, then it is the most vulnerable, the most weak, and once its evolution is complete, the spider is reborn, with ultimate strength, ultimate power. So in this movie, we will see the story of Peter Parker's evolution journey, where we will slowly see his strength increasing, we will see his rebirth. Now, the interesting thing is that there was such a storyline in the comic book, where Peter Parker evolved from Spider-Man to Man-Spider. Although it was a comic book, so there were literally 8 hands and legs, but I don't think they will show this in the movie. It will look very weird. But yes, evolution is going to happen. That too of the next level. Consider this confirmed. Let's see Peter's full body scan ahead. And here you can clearly see that Peter has more superior strength than before. Superior agility, heightened senses, and enhanced perception. Even he is feeling the drop of water. Basically, his spider senses have reached the peak now, like never before. Basically, those who complained that MCU's Spider-Man doesn't look so mature, doesn't look so powerful. So now this character is going to go to his next phase by doing proper character development with a new trilogy. Here comes an interesting question, that how did Bruce Banner come back to his human form? He had become Professor Hulk. So in the She-Hulk series, he had already given a hint that he has found a way to normalize himself. And if you pay attention to this shot, then clearly Bruce has a device in his hands which mostly controls his gamma radiations and keeps him in human form. By the way, as per rumor, whatever Bruce has done to himself, it will backfire again. And in the movie, we can see Hulk again like Age of Ultron, which is obviously the demand of every fan. By the way, there can be an interesting thing here, that even though Bruce doesn't remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but Hulk will possibly remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Both were together at the time of Tony's death and funeral. By the way, in this shot, it seems that someone has pulled Peter out of nowhere. Although here they want to show that Peter has used himself as a sling. But looking at the movement, it clearly seems that someone has pulled him, which I guess will be a strong version of Hulk. It will be an Age of Ultron version. We can also see the grave of Ant-Man ahead. Then in this shot, we get the first look of Sadie Sink's character. Although the face was not shown, but those who have followed Stranger Things, they must have recognized it by looking at the hand. I guess even in this shot, there is a character of Sadie Sink. According to the rumor, she can play many characters, but the strongest rumors that have come recently are of Jean Grey's character. This character is spreading chaos by mind controlling throughout the city, and the Department of Damage Control is behind it. Technically, Jean Grey's introduction will set up the X-Men movie from here, after Secret Wars. We also see Bill Metzger, the head of DODC, who is being confronted by Spider-Man. By the way, Bill Metzger is also a very important character for Mutant Saga. Then we get the first look of Scorpion's character. We saw him last in the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming, and finally this character is returning here, maybe for his closure. Then we get a lot of quick shots. And finally this sequence. I guess everyone knows that this is one of the most popular scenes of the comic book, which has been recreated here. By the way, people are discussing on the internet that this sequence might be from the climax of Thunderbolts, where Peter's trying to save everyone from the void. Everyone is feeling the same from the color grading and background. After this shot, we see another villain, Boom Ranko. This sequence has also been recreated from the comic book as it is. Then another villain, Tarantula, has also been shown here. This scene has also been recreated. Basically, we are going to get a lot of shots in the movie, which will be directly printed in the movie from the comic book panel. And obviously, comic book fans love such shots. I guess all these villains won't be the center point. They will be used to show Peter's journey in New York. I mean, what Peter was doing for the last 4 years. How many villains he was messing with? All that will be shown here. And after all this, the ending of the trailer is literally shocking. Here we see Peter fighting many ninjas alone. Here, Peter's eyes are completely black. Obviously, due to its evolution, you can see its strength. You can see that he has broken his organic web to Katana. But yes, there is a minor chance that it is related to Venom, because Eddie's eyes used to turn black before the transformation. But I personally don't feel that way. There are already so many villains in a movie. There will be no sense of bringing the villain here. And I guess, who is this ninja? Those who have been following Marvel for a long time. They must have recognized this ninja is none other than the members of the Hand. He was shown very well in the Netflix Marvel show. He was introduced. And he also has a very important role in the comic books. Obviously, if I tell you everything, it will be spoiled. But just understand that this is a very ancient organization. The story of ninjas in Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, is strongly connected to them. By the way, if you notice, Clearly, some characters have been removed digitally in this shot, and there was a similar scene in the trailer of No Way Home, and something was removed from there too. Otherwise, who would these ninjas be attacking? My guess is that Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk can be here. And who knows, 3 more Spider-Man will come again. So yes, this was the trailer breakdown of Spider-Man Brand New Day. I hope I haven't missed any details. If so, do tell me in the comments. And if you liked the video, then like and share it. I will be back with a new video soon. Till then, stuck in Movie Circle.